Well, so am I too loud? It seems to peak weirdly. Uh, Let me move my mic a little bit. Is that better? Okay. Yeah. How's it going? I need I need to rework my sound settings at some point. It's weird. It still feels weird to me that I have the desktop audio at -20 and the microphone at 14. You know. But well. Yeah, we're doing game left today, I guess. I need to remember to reload this chat every time before I start. It just doesn't work for some reason. But yeah, I don't quite know what I want to do, to be honest. Obviously there's some small fixes still that I need to do, but like... I need to resize the window again. My issue is basically I'm unhappy with this. All of this. And I mean, it's not terrible, obviously, but I would like to... It's weird making... The layout we currently have really doesn't resonate with me because it has a lot of blind sort of jumps. And I don't quite know how to change it yet to improve on that. Because I need to play a lot with verticality, because with the introduction of the wall jump, suddenly we have the issue of, well, simply put, we are faced now with the issue that we need to use a lot of verticality, but at the same time, verticality always kind of has the issue that in a wide open area, it suddenly leads you to having to do a lot of blind jumps. And obviously, I can design the game in a way that those blind jumps are trustworthy, you know. That the player knows they can do those blind jumps, but especially for the opening stage, that's just weird, I guess. Like, for example, if I just run this through here, the level starts innocently enough, but like, this technically is a blind jump. We of course know that it's doable, but it is a blind jump that requires you to use the dash, no less. Which again isn't an issue per se. Like, it either requires the dash or the wall jump, both of which are abilities you have and need to learn, but starting the player off with such a blind jump is kinda, you know, unsatisfying, I guess. Because the way Mega Man X gets you into a situation where you have to use the wall jump, it breaks the floor down below you instead of just having a gap. That way it feels intentional that you fall down, because, well, the entire floor falls down. While this is more of a, I don't know how deep this is, but I have to do this jump. So, yeah. This is another blind jump. This time even worse than the last one, but... yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, which we might actually do really quick. I still haven't committed my changes, which I also should do. Hang on. One sec. Need to close literally every window on my entire PC, because I might have vanished for a sec, did I? No, I didn't. But I stopped. I see. Okay, sorry. Just need to commit that real quick. So Silic has the changes too. Because I didn't add my changes from last time. Yeah. Okay. Next. By the way, I added some new stuff to the avatars. That might be interesting. But that's besides the topic. But yeah, the issue I basically have is it's a lot of blind jumps, and that's very bad for, you know, it's bad for the beginning of the game, because it leaves the player with a very uncertain feeling about what I'm going to do. Like, it only tests their trust in the level design before I even really established any trust, which is a big thing. You want the player to trust your level, because you want them to do what the level tells them to. So, yeah, I'll need to think about that. And one idea I had was to actually start the player lower in the sewer system of the level, because that changes completely the base setup of the stage, but I think it improves it. It leads them to, you know, first of all, it means all of the things I teach the player can be taught via climbing up, rather than falling down and then climbing back up. By removing the fall, it's less of a blind thing. Making it clearer to the player what they can and can't do. Yeah. But I don't know yet. That would be a huge rework of the level again. But I think it might be the best solution, which means I need to do a lot of tiles, because currently I need to do some more work to convince the player that what they're in is actually a sewer, obviously. I need water, I need sludge, I need whatever. Probably also a lot of grates, tubes, all that stuff. So that's probably the next priority, honestly. And that raises a big question as well. How do we want to handle water? Because there are a lot of ways in which we can handle water. But first of all, should the player even be able to get into the water? Which is a big question. Which, so far, only one of the stages really would require the player to get into the water, but it will be a thing, so it might be good to teach the player as well how water works. Even if it's just a small section where it isn't really used. Also, don't swim in sewers. But there are fundamentally two ways we can handle water. Let me just open my spray really quick. I think that would be quite useful. Yeah, probably. But let me just... Yeah, sure. To demonstrate real quick what I mean. There are two ways we can handle... Actually, this was the most horrible... The most horrible tiles that I could have chosen. Let me try it again. Yeah, there are two ways we can handle water. Either if we just take these. Really quick to demonstrate. We can either handle... either handle it via doing something like this. This is not going to be a particularly, you know, fleshed out drawing of water. It's just an example. Either something like this or otherwise something like this with more transparency, obviously. The main difference being if we want to have it above the tiles or... and then go over the entire stage like that, or like having one water level for the entire stage. Or do something more like it being limited by the tiles, like this, and not having it go across the entire stage. Visually, I prefer this, but there's some merit to this variant because it allows us to well limit where water is. Did I even showcase it? This A spread? Oh, yeah. I mean, I explained it good enough that you don't need an image, but I should probably still showcase what I was actually saying. Yeah, the idea is either we do it like this, where it is above the tiles, and spread across the entire stage on one sea level, which we might be able to raise and lower along the lines of what Mario Maker does. Which visually, you know, would probably look better, but it limits us in where we can place water. I mean, there's also a third option where we do both. With one main water level and then placeable water in between. Like, not in between, but like, that we, for example, have higher water be in pools like that and have it flow down in waterfalls or something. And now that I think about it, it's the... Yeah. Probably. So... I don't think that even needs necessarily a lot of work to function. I just need to pick a proper color for it. Something grimy, something greenish. Huh. Nice. One of my emotes just got reapproved. Sorry. Just a tiny distraction. As a treat. But yeah, I don't think I need to do much. I actually think I should put it on a separate tile. Like, separate file, sprite sheet. Yeah, okay, got approved now. Interestingly enough. Which makes me confused why you had it earlier, but... I mean, whatever. It's also now a follow emote, because a whole change with Twitch now is that even affiliates that don't have instant upload eligibility have now access to follow emotes, which is nice. Because I really like follow emotes as a concept. And the implementation was mostly good after the change that subscribers can use them anywhere they want. Windows is just having a moment. Maybe. But then why didn't I have access to it? But no matter. I'll just... Oh yeah, Windows is definitely having a moment. A moment of all time. Yeah. I'm just going to copy this. Honestly. And I'm going to call it water. I'm so creative. I'm just going to remove all of that. We don't need it. Okay. Oh, just Windows. Great. I have a cold. My nose is like I just have difficulties breathing right now, like a little bit. Windows, what is this? You can't see it, but there's just a transparent bar. Yeah, Windows is having a Windows. Yeah, there's no doubt about I can talk. I'm having a day today. Okay. Yeah, the window manager is having a moment. Um. Does anyone know how water works? That could be a pun. I want a greenish color. Greenish blue. Not quite as saturated, but a lot darker. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. And then I want a darker color. Yeah. Something like 20, 75, 150. Don't. And yeah. I guess the first frame is just going to be the full thing. Just not going to be particularly difficult to do. Hey, it is water. This doesn't have to be particularly, you know, clean water. That's not the idea. Yeah, I prefer it with the clear white outline. And then I'm just going to move it around a bit. Indeed, indeed. Hey, how's it going? I'm just animating this a bit. I don't want it to be too... This isn't a, you know, wild water way or anything. This is stale water that has been standing there for ages. Which is technically unrealistic to how real sewer systems work, but... You know... Who cares? Yeah. Exactly. And if the sewage system in my video games don't work, then that's none of my business. It is, indeed. You're not wrong. I think I'm going to move this up one tile. Yeah. So that it's like... And then... Get one of this. Also move it up again. And then I'm just going to slow it down for like... Oh, that's already pretty slow. Never mind. I'm actually going to speed it up. I mean, that can be how fast it wants. New attack. Just wave. Doesn't need to be particularly deep. So... Just a small little movement like that, yeah. And then I'm just going to, instead of making each of the individual pixels transparent, like I would usually do it, I can just layer, properties, opacity, 200. And I think I'm adding a second layer just for the... I don't know how... I used to know how that's called, but I don't. So, well, too bad. Just to make that more of a solid outline to the water. Oh, yeah. Right. And then I'll just export the sprite sheet like that. I don't know why I call the A-sprite files with capital letters and the PNGs with... I mean, I know why I'm not using capitals for the PNG files, but I don't know why I use capital letters for the A-sprite files. And that's going to be another tile I need to implement like that. Luckily, last stream we learned how we do animated tiles. So, go us! I need to... First of all, A-sprite can... Oh, right. I'll take the file and I need to open the sprites folder. Open in file manager. Yeah. Over here. I need to... Sprites, tile sets. That should do it. And now I need to make an two animated. Actually, I'm thinking, should I make the non-animated part just a normal tile? Here's the thing, there are a few ways we can handle water in this. For example, we could implement it so that everything below the water tile, like the animated tile, until the next solid tile is... But that might have the issue that we have something like tunnels where... Yeah, I think it's easiest to just handle it as a separate tile. Because, again, to give a summary of what conclusion we came to at the beginning of the stream, I'm probably going to rework the beginning of the stage to start in the sewage system instead. So a lot of the blind jumps we have here and there don't need to be blind jumps anymore, but just require you to climb up or just go through a path. Because a lot of this is just awkwardly work together to work in the high altitude we already have comparatively, needing the player to climb quite high and then do blind jumps, of course. If we start at the bottom instead, we can work our way up without having to do such weird tunnels and stuff. Yeah. I think I know how I'm going to handle it. We are going to have a system in which the sprite will detect on which side of a tile it is for the crumbling tiles later. Because they need to know on which side of the wall they are so they can attach to it. And we could use a similar system like that to detect if there's a tile above the water tile. So it either is the animated tile if there's nothing above, or the... I just might want to change in that case, because currently the tile we have... Quick reminder, the tile we have is like halfway to the top, but if we want to use the system like I just proposed, it would probably be smarter to move it all the way to the top. Because otherwise we would need to have special handling for how high the detection area is. Then again, we might need to have that special handling anyway, so... I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm just going to keep it for now. But it's an interesting thought I need to work on later. We'll see how it works out. If I can implement it or not. I need to make a new scene anyway. 2D scene. What's it called? Crumbling tile. I have way too many scenes open. But that's fine. Source tile approach? What do you mean? Here's the thing though, what if the source tile is at a... like... What if there's, for example, a situation where you are going to... let me just build it real quick, I think that's easier than to explain it. If we have, for example, a situation where you are in a... Where's the tile map? Where you are in... a situation like the... Nice, that sounds tasty. A situation like this way here would be water everywhere. The source tile would go down there, but then it would get stuck here and wouldn't go down there. I mean, I guess, but that's... At that point, we might as well just use the one that doesn't spill, because we will have to have it either way. And drawing more terrain isn't difficult for me. So yeah, let me... we might later replace the tile with a generic water tile that we can just give different... Actually, you know what, I'm implementing it already as a generic tile. Because theoretically we could just feed a water color based on what the terrain is, or rather what the level is. That would need some code later, but you know, it shouldn't be too difficult. Either way, I need to make a Sprite 2D, I think it was. Luckily I have the... Yeah, but I also need a static body. Right, for the collision. But this doesn't have collision. I might still need a static body 2D or area 2D even. Probably area 2D to be able to detect if the player entered the water. Yeah. Can I close that? I know Silic has been working a bit on my PC as well, so I don't know if he still needs it. Okay. I need anim player. True. I don't actually know how long that keeps on. I wanted to rename it. Anim player. So the sprite 2D for now will be load assets. Where did I just go? Why did I just go there? That's in the wrong folder. Opening. No, the anim player will wait, first I need to add the frames. I forget how to do this every time, and I have been doing this for a while now, so I don't know what that says about, you know. Okay, now one animation is idle. Actually, no, not idle. I guess idle and wave is fine. I might need to reconfigure it. Okay. Frame. Although H frame would be enough. I don't think I can actually... Yeah. And then first I'm going to make the main animation. New wave. Not waving as in, you know. That needs to be one. Let me just... That needs to be 2.5 or 0.25. Chat, reminder that leading zeros don't exist. And nobody can tell you otherwise. And that should... yeah. It just needs to loop now. We done did it. Next thing. We need the area 2D. Area 2D. Which needs a collision shape. Collision. Collision shape. Which will be interesting. There are two ways we can handle it. Either we make two area 2Ds and delete the one we delete, quote unquote, disable the one we don't need. Depending on the height of the water, because obviously the idle animation has more space than the wave animation. But the second thing we could be doing instead would be to change the size of the shape depending on which animation is playing. I just need to find out if I can do that. Property track. Collision shape. I can do this? That was not what I expected to be doing, but this works. Honestly. This rectangle only needs to be 8 pixels high. I also need to move it down, but... fine. Fine. Have it your way. -4? I did the dumb thing. Minus is up, plus is down, because that's how screens work. In case you didn't know, your screen starts at the top left. And then the idle animation just needs it back at... no, why? Yo, Zakaris, how's it going? Shape. Wait, it doesn't... I need... oh... shoot. This does not work. This very much doesn't work. Unless I could technically make the rectangle a separate shape. Like, I could save the rectangle as a separate shape, which actually might not be too bad. In the sense that having a default tile size shape saved might be quite good, actually. So I might actually save this shape, 16 by 16 rectangle, as a save. Where do I save this? Where do I... the rectangle shape. The collision shape. Tile shape. Because I need to make it somehow unique, and I don't know if I can do that otherwise, because it needs to be able to load it every time. Can I? Oh, make unique. Does that work? It worked, okay. Weird. But I take it. I take it. Okay, I'll continue coding the rest of the function of the water, because I don't even know how the player should behave in water right now. So we'll figure that out after the break, I think. I'll be right back. Yeah. I see you have found a new toy. We're back. I think. You know, Twitch never tells me when ads are over. Or when they begin, for that matter. But yeah, I've been adding some new outfit stuff and similar to the avatars. I'm definitely working on getting more stuff done. I think the bomb command. Assets, tilesets. Yeah. Also, I agree with Fringe. Glad he could make it. Oh, it does cost gold. I didn't even know that. I mean, I might implement some... did you not get any gold from the jump game? I thought it gives you a gold reward. I'll need to check after stream. Oh, but I thought he won it before. Yeah. Oh, but maybe I don't know. I'll check after stream. Regarding all of it. I'm also going to implement more boss fights and stuff, so we can do boss fights on a more regular basis. Because they also give you rewards. I was just confused because I thought you won the game last stream. And I didn't change it. Because you got the shoe from my outfit. Oh. Huh, weird. Well, I also only have one shoe. I'm just purple. That's why. There's actually a design concept behind the only one shoe. Because the character was originally designed as like a combination of the Frenzy and Void Wisps. So my quote-unquote headcanon is that the Frenzy half just ate it. You know? Since that's the whole concept of the Wisp. It just aids things. Yeah. Anything else I'm actually missing? I don't think so, honestly. I might actually... it should be fine. Might change the color on that later. But I need to implement two things now. A, that it checks over itself if there's... A, it needs to check if there's a tile over it, so it can decide which animation it plays. Second, more importantly, I need to implement how water even works, and I have no idea yet how water is supposed to work. That Antar is currently not working isn't helping either, honestly. Like, the default speed is still broken. Which actually we might fix that first. Let me just... Where would I need to check for that even? Where did we break it? What did you do? Yeah, I was thinking definitely not something like swimming. Like, we might add an ability, but I don't know yet. I actually need to check what I did as the ability for Neptune. But definitely, probably not swimming. Go get some food. Because food is good. Where did we break that? There's so much open. I mean, we're falling faster, right? Falling speed is somehow broken. It's not. Is it just wall sliding that's broken? Because in that case, this is a lot easier to handle. Oh, there's no such thing as terminal velocity. Wrong. If you already pick... Come on, random song selection. If you already pick a song from Sonic Colors, you might as well select terminal velocity. Come on. Where is it actually? This is a very long playlist. I'm halfway considering if I should just give up searching it for the meme. But now I'm committed. I'm so mean. I'm so mean. So mean. I don't think it's in the playlist, and I'm not going to search it yet. Now, I'm just going. Oh, yeah. Wait, did you make the windows? Why does it just say channel segment Freud because you changed the name of it? Because if it's the latter, that's weird. Weird. Okay, in that case we need to add something called terminal velocity. I assume most people know what it means, but in case you don't know what terminal velocity is, basically at some point your wind resistance outweighs the effect of gravity, and at that point you're not accelerating anymore when falling. I think that's the concept behind it. Either way, it means you can't get faster. You can't become faster anymore than you already are. Which is especially interesting because the speed at which a squirrel would die from a fall is smaller than the terminal velocity. meaning a squirrel can survive any fall. Which is such a weird concept to me. Should I add a terminal velocity here, or should I add it to the entity core? True, true. Yeah, is this an entity core thing, or is this a... terminal velocity, is that an entity core thing, or is that a... I'm kind of waiting for a response from Silik here, because he understands the system way better than I do. So I don't know what would be smart in this case, because I don't know if... Yes, what? Entity core or player? Probably yes. See what I have to deal with? See what I have to do? Let's put it to gravity. Terminal velocity. And... Now, what is terminal velocity? How high should the terminal velocity be? Just 400, I guess. The same as the jump speed for now, and I can move it from there. So now in... Where is falling calculated? I don't know, you implemented that. Don't ask me. Yeah, it does. It sure does. Entity core. Is there a function that just... I mean, that's how it's supposed to work. Can I do something like min? That it takes the minimum of 2 values? Like that. Let me just... Actually, let me just... Documentation. From... So... What am I exactly am I trying to achieve with this? um... So, you want me to lerp between terminal velocity and gravity again? Okay. If velocity y dot y yeah, terminal velocity, then I'm going to do this, else I'm going to do what we originally did. Just... I know this... what should the weight be? Lerp wasn't... What does lerp mean again? Linear... I know it's an acronym. Like, I think it's an acronym. I shouldn't use the word no. No is a strong word. I know nothing. I'm a fool. Lerp. It's just linear interpolation. That's it. Oh, that's funny. Lerp is not an acronym. It's the name of the inventor or whatever. Apparently Eric Lerp invented whatever, the Lerp algorithm. I did not see that one coming. Delta. You want me to use delta? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So I'm first setting velocity and then I'm... You mean like that? So you... Oh, I think I get it now. Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. Took a moment for my brain to recognize it, but now I get it. Let's see how that works. Let's watch this go horribly wrong. I'm still waiting for the moment where it goes horribly wrong. Ha! Really? Really? I mean, I should have made it a float to begin with. You cannot see it, but trust me, you're not missing much. It fails because it's an integer. I mean, I would have trusted Godot to be able to, you know, convert an integer into a float. Considering, you know... If it was out of bounds for a float, I would get it, but we're talking about 400. But fine. Fine. I'm making it a float. If I ever find it again. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, unfortunate. Well, let's just re-roll it. Now that I fixed it. Can we see that again? That's... I don't know if I explained terminal velocity correctly, but this is not how terminal velocity should work. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. So welcome back. I think whatever you suggested me to do didn't work. I think I know why. And the answer is, unsurprisingly, that I am an idiot. Actually, not quite true. I shouldn't add the velocity to it. I shouldn't add the velocity to it. I should make it the velocity. I just made it so that the velocity exponentially increases once you reach terminal velocity. Making the terminal velocity very... not that. Let's see it again. First of all, I'm happy that I can't reach terminal velocity just by jumping, which is the first thing. Yeah, that feels more natural. Yeah. Yeah. Instead of casually increasing the gravity of the situation. So now that that's fixed, now that terminal velocity is surprisingly late into development has been added into the project, Because you don't think about terminal velocity. How often do you think about reaching terminal velocity? Because that's by far not terminal velocity. Like normal human terminal velocity. But shut. Now how do we handle water? I mean, at this point I almost have to as legacy, you know, to this madness. I mean, not necessarily. Am I still animating this? Okay. I mean, yes, and I think surprisingly I actually don't want the water to handle how water works. I think that's actually something the entity core should do. How it deals with water. I think the water should just tell the player that he is in water. So I guess I just add a variable for entity core is in water. And the entity core handles the rest. Because, like, I don't really see the point in, you know, making it anything more complicated. Either way, I need to add a script here. Yeah. I mean, I guess. But I think I would just handle... Yeah, never mind, never mind. Now you sold me. Now you sold me. I mean, Antara's probably fine with it, you know, being more of a, you know, lowly gladiator than a... Which technically is also not quite true, but you know, that's another thing. But Sagittarius is going to be so done with that. Yeah. So I guess I add as variables. First of all, I can probably copy a bunch from here. Then I guess in ready I will need to check if there's a tile above it. But then again, it might need to be able to update that. In case it, you know, because here's the thing, in theory it would be easy enough to just, you know, say if there's nothing above it when I place it, it will have that animation. But what if I place something above it afterwards? you know. So it might be in process. Maybe. How do I do it? I think I will leave that to you for now. I'll figure that out later. I can copy most of this. So I don't know why I copied the pass. The pass literally does nothing. I don't need crumbling. And then a child dot. I didn't add is in water yet. I should probably do that. And Tico. Where do I put it? Where do I put it? I guess I put it here. Why is there an underscore before that? I remember you told me once, but I don't remember what the reason was. Then it shouldn't be, because this should be accessible. Yeah. Empty string, because it isn't submerged in anything. We might later make that an enum, actually. Once we know which, you know, liquids we have. But for now... Nice. For now... it's enough if I make it a string. True. And child at the moment we anyway aren't using it. What the... So yeah, nothing too complicated. And now the gist of it will be, how do I handle... How do I deal with the fact that the player is currently, you know, in water? I mean... I guess how they deal with the fact that they're submerged is more of a per entity thing. Which could theoretically also lead to stuff like robots that aren't built for water exploding if they go into water. That is a thing we could do. But yeah, the player specifically. So this is the interesting question. How do we want to play it? How should water fundamentally change how how the player interacts with the world. And this is a more complex question than it initially seems to be. Because on the one hand, the easy answer would be slowing them down. Yeah, making them lighter but slower. And I think that's a good approach, but I mean, one thing is we can reduce the terminal velocity as well. Because water has more resistance, especially if you are buoyant, because you... Which might be a big contrast to how, you know, the robots also interact with water, because they aren't as filled with air and less buoyant, probably. Maybe. That's all... We could make a variable for buoyancy even, but I feel that goes beyond scope. Because we don't really need to make it that complex, all things considered. One thing we could do is that the player could drown. You know, Sonic style. But it might have some issues in itself. But the thing is, without adding swimming, I don't think I can make it, you know, realistically faster or anything, so... This is complicated. Definitely something I need to think about, and I might just leave that for a bit later. Because that's mainly a thing I need to think about rather than... So I would probably just start with actually getting the water to work. Like placing it down and stuff. So... At the moment I'm just placing it for testing purposes. I'm not... Actually I might... I'll have to add it here anyway. Yeah, it's not... Exactly, it's more of a brain exercise. And having a way to test it will definitely help. So I might... The script is already saved, pretty sure. So I might... What I might do is... make a second variant of this water that is more clean or whatever, so I can put it into the test stage and test how to handle water in there. Because we have this test scene still. It's not, you know, the most amazing scene of all time, but it exists. Yeah, it kinda is. You need to think a lot about how to handle certain scenarios, certain ideas. And also, sometimes you just need to rework stuff. Like, I have to probably rework the opening stage again, because, frankly, I just don't like what I have as a concept right now and want to improve on it. And that's fair. I'm lucky that we're currently in the stage where I still can rework a lot of that stuff. So yeah. But for now I'm just going to make a second version of the water tile. Actually, hang on. Let me just... copy... that. Yeah. So I'm just going to recolor that. Heck, I'm not even going to bother doing anything fancy here, I'm just going to... $225 and 200 and... Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, I also need to... I still need to finish Bubba's U, but like... Some of the harder puzzles are really... You know... Yeah... It's fun, mind you. Like, figuring this stuff out is fun, but it's definitely a challenge. True. So yeah, I think that's enough for a test. Spot. Remove those capitals. Because capitals are capital crime. Yeah, right. Yeah. The thing is, the genre of roguelikes is interesting because it's a comparatively simple genre that has a lot of complexities you can add to it. What makes it both a genre that you see a lot of, but also that takes some time to get into. It's a fascinating thing, really. So... Yeah. So... I guess I can change the water here to use this right instead. Where did Never water. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have something you can come back to at all times as well. Like, having something you just know you're going to enjoy is always a good thing. Where did I go there? Prototype, time map. Get me. Scenes collection. What to tell? I'm thinking what I have the most time in as well, like... I mean, I have 1,381 hours in A Sprite. First off. It's ridiculous how much time I spent just in A Sprite. It's not like I'm getting bored with it. It's just... It's not something you would describe as, you know... Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, like... I don't know if that counts as, you know, a game I play a lot. Because it isn't a game. But I would still say I get enjoyment out of it. Arguably even more than some games. So, I don't know. How do I... How does one... Let me just change the animation to idle. Does it not update the animation here? Oh, I need to save first. Duh. True. Let me just... Do we have that in the main game as well? Or have you done the camera testing only here? Because we have been... There has been a cool video lately about cameras. Actually, hang on. I feel like that's worth sharing. YouTube. Because it's a really good video, actually. Hang on. I think it's that video. That has been talking about cameras. So we have been doing a lot to improve the camera in this game. So we have stuff like easing in and stuff, like the camera easing into your position and tracking behind you a bit. Yeah, I agree. That's a really good channel. I can totally recommend. I just realized the water should be on a layer above the player. Also, edges like this are the reason why I don't like water that is just tiles. Because this part would be outside of the water. I mean, there are some visual shenanigans you could probably do to make that work. But, you know... But it's fine. I'll figure out the rest later. Currently the important part is, and I would like if I can check somehow, Antares. Can I see somewhere if he's currently in the water? Yes. Oh, you're right. That might be a good solution, actually. Or I mean, I could also just put them on a layer above. Though the modulator would be helpful with the edge thing, yeah. I mean, we can do a combination of both. So that the waves are above him, but... You do make an excellent point. But yeah, what I need to think about... This feels very inefficient. What we have here now. With all the different areas and stuff. Which is why we might need to make that one area instead. Yeah. I also had like two different approaches. Either the Mario Maker approach of having it be one single, like one water level for the entire stage. That would make a lot of this easier because it would just be above the stage visually. But this has the advantage that we can theoretically move it where, like, that we can have multiple pools, and I think a combination of both might work. We'll have to see. Either way, this is, as Silix and I just said, it's probably very inefficient to do it with a collision shape here anyway. Which is unfortunate, but also fine. I'll just have to do it manually later. Or maybe we find a different solution, but we'll see. Either way, I'm going to take a quick break because of, you know, the ads. So Twitch is happy or whatever. And I guess, so I get some money. Anyway, see you in a bit. Well, I'm back. I I don't know. There's just something about the concept of j- the game that's just like it's so over the top, but I think it is weirdly charming because of it. Like if you accept it as being, you can enjoy it very ironically, I think. Like it's not quite on the same level as Metal Gear Rising or Revengeance in terms of just over the topness, but you know, it is close, and I can appreciate it for that. Sorry. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, and yeah. Eh, I still think '06 could have been good, and I definitely want to play Project '06 once it's finished. Um, but there are definitely issues with the story that I just cannot. I mean, at least it had the decency of erasing itself from the timeline. I mean, for now we can keep it that way for testing water movement. Um, because I think that's going to be the important part for now. Testing how the water movement. Um, Surprisingly, a lot of movement isn't actually handled in here. It's handled in Entity Core, isn't it? Uh, yeah. It's the thing is, fundamentally, the question becomes how do I make the game still enjoyable in water, while changing something about how the player behaves. And while I don't technically have to answer that question in the opening stage yet, because, you know, the opening stage isn't going to have a lot of water, just going to have a little bit of water to, you know, ease the player into the concept that water will be a thing. Um, you know, it still becomes a question of how do I, what do I want water to do in the game? And it's not as easy as it sounds. Because here's the thing. There's going to be one stage that is fundamentally being based around water, being Neptune's stage. Exactly. So, because technically they could do Neptune's stage immediately afterwards. But yeah, the question becomes, how do I make... I mean, let's start with the obvious. Let's lower the... let's increase the terminal velocity. Lower. Here's the thing. The math around terminal velocity is so confusing to me because, you know... Still, up is down and down is up. Where is entity core? Well. So... that should probably be a thing in process, but I don't know. If submerged, then terminal velocity equals 200. Let's make it like half the speed. Gravity. Gravity. Wait, no, this is horrible, this is horrible. What am I doing? Processes run every single frame. Now if I divide gravity in process by 2 every frame, screw gravity. Okay. That might be a problem. I mean, you're not going to fly into space or anything. Because gravity... Dividing cannot change the sign of a number. Which is a horribly mathematic way to say, I cannot make minus out of a positive number. Okay, maybe I should do it in move.
She was a lot like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Now little Carolyn is in you too.
I'm just going to add a buoyancy factor. Or just buoyancy, I guess. Um. Hmm. Hmm. You're not wrong.
Goodbye, my only friend. Oh,
Also, chances are it
goodbye,
has something to do with cars.
would be fun if it weren't so sad.
No matter what invention, chances are it has something to do with cars.
Anyone now?
Why did I make it a string?
You maybe
Buoyancy.
makes a new disaster.
Let's make it 0.5.
But I'm counting on
And now in process,
someone else's problem. Now I only want
if submerged,
only want you.
buoy, then
Only want
buoyancy equals 0.5, else it will be I mean, we're talking about a place that doesn't have speed limits on some highways, so like, you know, I think a car obsession is kinda, not surprising. Actually start with 1, surprisingly. Surprisingly, starting with 1 is smarter. Because buoyancy is basically the factor of, like, how much you're affected by buoyancy, which is technically why I would prefer buoyancy factor, but buoyancy is fine. The idea being that if you're submerged, your buoyancy is, like, your buoyancy factor is 0.5, so everything you do is half as fast or whatever. I can tweak that value later, but you know. So gravity factors in by, which most of the time is 1, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually change anything about the and similarly, if I divide by 1, it doesn't do anything. Wait, why am I doing this? This is wrong. It should still be multiplied with buoyancy. I mean, for now I'm just going to test that. That's already quite some stuff. Because I genuinely cannot tell a difference. I don't think I achieved anything, to be honest. Let me add something. Let me put a label right here. And if Antares is buoyant, test scene script. Hey, Capnado, how's it going? I'm doing good. Currently working on some game dev. How are you? Nice. With Metal Sonic, I assume? Nice. I still need to catch up to Adventure Sonic after Witherman has... currently I'm just trying to find out if the game, like if the character actually recognizes he's in water. Because I don't actually know if he does. So I'm just adding a text label that tells me if he is buoyant or not. Or literally anything else I want. I need process now. So... thanks for the follow. Yeah. Oh, you can't see. Oh, that makes sense. You can't see what I'm doing because I forgot to remove the debug, like the player. But yeah, I'm basically just text. Let's layer dot core dot. Is that correct? Is it core? It's core. So that should work, I think. This is like a few layers down now, but... I'm doing good. How's it going, Joe Speed? Yeah. Let me just check if that works. Nope, it sure doesn't. I need to make a string out of that. String... I think the method's just string... Yeah, that should work. And it still doesn't work. Hang on. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know why it doesn't work. Now I need to know. What even is text? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It still doesn't work. Oh, because I somehow put an L there. Oh, this time it actually worked. Only took my ability to read. Now, if I go into water, it's still 1, it should be 0.5, so... submerged isn't working. Actually, let me check if submerged isn't working. Let me just close that again. So I can make that. So plus that bracket and string dot player dot core dot submerged. So I have both the buoyancy and if it's submerged, or like if the player is submerged or not. So now if I check, is the player submerged? No. Okay, so it is actually the player not being submerged. So why does it fail? That's the next question. For that I need to go into the water tile. So if the area 2D has overlapping bodies, which it should have, unless it... Oh, because I'm an idiot. Again. I forgot to... Yeah. I forgot to set the masks correctly. That makes sense. Because it doesn't collide with the player, because it isn't on the same layer as the player. So... that should... I should add something like the dummy text Defender has. Clearly I need them. So now if we try... Well, we have a problem. So, it starts now to submerge me when I go into... I know what the issue is, I just don't know how to fix it. See, if I go into the water, it says correctly now that I'm submerged, but it never resets that I'm not submerged. And I don't know how to do that, because for it to reset that I'm submerged, it would need to know when I leave. And I don't know if there's a function for that. I hope there is. There should be a function, but... Yeah. I might actually reduce the factor, like the buoyancy factor to 0.75, but that can wait until I fix this issue. Area 2D. I want your documentation again. Is there a method for... no. Actually, there are some signals. Body exited. It would need to remember which bodies are in the water, but that isn't too bad. Like, that might actually work. So... I need a list of children that did collide, that had an entity core. So I can reset them after they leave. And I need to somehow be able to connect that signal to Actually, I don't. I just need to react to the signal. But the signal isn't a method. So I guess I need to connect the signal to... I mean, I do need to connect it no matter what. Let's start there, okay. So, if body exited. Connect to the water tile. So we make a list here. Merged entities. A new array. Is array enough? I forget how. Do we have lists even? No, we don't. Okay. Array is enough. The question was more if it's array list or oh. Well, so add child. I cannot spell. If body I can't just check if body is in. I mean, I can't anyway because fiddlesticks. I need to add the body. I don't need. If body. I'm just going to check real quick how I can do that. Or you can tell me, so like, that would be faster. But so it is a keyword. I thought so correctly. In is in, I assume. Nope, nope. Right, I'm just blind. I already used it. Well, today maybe might not be my day, but oh well. Dot core, because we know it has a core, because it is in submerged entities, and the only way to get into submerged entities is by having and then we just reverse the process we did there. I need to. I don't need to know anymore. I don't have child because I already. I need a child because I don't know if any of the children of the body are an entity core there. But there. But we know it is an entity, like it has an entity core here, because the only way to get into the list is by having an entity core. Remove. Is that a function that exists? But I'm not iterating over it. Well, I technically am, but... Okay. So now it should work, hopefully. Ah, it doesn't exist. Well, that's on me. That's on me. I just assumed it existed. I could have checked, I didn't. But yeah, it's append. Which functionally isn't different, but you know. Remove also doesn't exist. I suppose it also has a different name then. Let me find out. Which, by the way, was the question I was asking you. What's it called? Can I only remove at a specific position? Oh, it's erase. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, so just found it. I mean, fair enough, I guess. I ran the wrong scene. Okay, if I walk over the edges of the tiles, I reset the value shortly before setting it back because I'm entering a different. That's just an inefficiency we have because the areas are handled by the tiles and not by, you know, anything else. That's again on me. But it seems to work. I might need to have a bigger pool. To be fair. Let me just this is probably going to be horrible, but I just need a bigger pool. Pay no attention to the floating tiles. So now with this bigger pool, it's not that dramatic. And the label can be in here. It's fine. Um, I don't feel like a... Am I jumping higher? Kinda feels that way, but I'm not sure. Huh. Curious. Peculiar. I noticed it before the... Welcome back. I noticed it before the poll, actually. You just missed me completely struggling with making this work, but it works now. So... tough luck. Or at least I think it works now. I don't really notice a difference, but... It says it works. I just don't know how meaningful of a difference it makes. Really. Does this seem higher to you? I really love the way the camera works, by the way. Yeah, just saying. Sure. I can do that. I noticed the dummy tag before you even started the poll. What if he's... So... You mean a platform like that? Now let's see. I just realized an issue. Why is the camera so far ahead? An issue for another time. The camera should be behind us, not. I mean... It feels higher. Not much higher, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, this is definitely higher. Now that I have a platform at the same height as the other one, that's definitely higher. Because if you look here, I can easily jump over it. Or onto it at least. While here I barely reach it. The effect could be more exaggerated, but... Honestly, I don't mind that. I might ironically reduce the jumping speed though. I can try that, yeah. And one here. So if I try it now, I can land on it still. Definitely. And here... Yeah, no shot. That's definitely higher. Okay. Good to know. So... Time map. If I remove all of that again... I mean... We can try. Why did you... no, not that. But if I make a long shaft, you know how we all enjoy a long shaft here. I mean, what? And actually a second one just to test. And then we take water tile and we then go into the water in here. It takes a weirdly inconsistent amount of time before you start sliding. Like slower, sliding slower. But yeah, wall jumping underwater seems to be mostly unchanged. Let me actually try tweaking the buoyancy factor a bit. I don't think that's the issue, really. I really think it's just an issue of sliding being currently very inconsistent. Either way, in the entity core, I wanted to check. What if I make this factor 2.5? Just to see how it works. Then you're going to suffer from the fact that you have basically no jump control, first off. What if I reduce terminal velocity? Oh, yeah. That is a thing we might do. I'm not too sure because it's a very important movement tool. But it might lead to some interesting level design as well. Then again I would almost argue you can grip onto stuff better underwater because there's a lot of stuff we can do with that. We can toy around with that a lot still. Anyways, let me... I want to reduce terminal velocity in general, I think, still. So... And I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Oh, that's awkward. Look at me, I'm light like a feather. I don't actually think the terminal velocity is influenced by... Because if it were influenced by buoyancy, I would fall like that. If I was in water. Instead, I almost feel like I'm falling faster. I also just want to experiment with terminal velocity in general. But that's another thing entirely. So something isn't working correctly with terminal velocity. Huh. Just renaming that so I know. So in Entity Core, why I set the whole terminal velocity thing. Yeah. In theory, I mean, I can add the velocity for now to... But that wouldn't really change much, would it? So... If terminal velocity is bigger than... Like, if velocity is bigger than terminal velocity times buoyancy, which ideally should be times 0.25, right? Again, leading zeros don't exist. But yeah, if that would work as intended, that would be 0.25. And then it would lerp between velocity and terminal velocity times. Welp. Hope you enjoyed. I never played either of the Risk of Rain games. I want to at some point, but you know. It's definitely interesting how they decided they would try to, you know, remake the game with all the knowledge they have now. Because I remember... I've heard that they have, like, designed Risk of Rain... Like, the Risk of Rain, the entire assets were made with paint, which is still so wild to me. So seeing how they went from, you know, that to what they have in Risk of Rain Returns is going to be... I think it was Risk of Rain that was the game that was... with the artist. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on, because if yeah, I've which, I mean, also just goes to show, if you have a good game idea, don't let yourself be stopped by what tools you have available. You can make good tools with anything, really. Okay. Here's the thing. If the velocity would work the way I think it would, I should have a notable, and I mean notable, slowdown. Because I should only have a vertical velocity of y. Not y. Vertical velocity of 50 instead of 200. No. What is it currently set to? 300. Then I should have a notable speed of 75? I'm not good at maths. Either way, let me add to the label really quick. Actually, let me attach a label to Antares for the time being. Velocity label. I just want to know what his velocity is. Because I'm not trusting myself that I read the speed correctly. So let me just... Okay. That's interesting. Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. And it's always funny when you find something funny you thought about and then, you know, remember. Since it's attached to Antares, it should move with him, right? What did I do wrong? Let me just... So... Why is it wrong? What is wrong? Oh, oh, no, 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 I know, I have the stupid. Let me try that again. Oh, okay. Yeah, once he reaches around 300, it slows down. As it should. Ads. I'll be right back. Sorry, Twitch didn't warn me about it. Be right back. Okay, ads are over. Rip. Also, chat has been killed. So, Selic has murdered chat, can you believe it?
Okay.
No, no, stay, stay. But yeah, he needed to reload. Oh yeah, by the way, I have follow emotes now. It used to be that you needed to have instant upload eligibility to get follow emotes, but I get them now, like everyone gets them now. It doesn't seem to work. Yeah, they did. It's still a bit broken because I can't move emotes I already made, which I tried to circumvent by re-uploading this, like the OK emote, but that didn't quite work, so eh. Now I have to wait, I guess, until I figure out how to probably... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but the formula isn't all that difficult. And while I believe that... Yeah... I mean, I would still recommend it. Like, affiliate gives you cool stuff like emotes. But dealing with the ads sure is annoying. Even if they do pay. Not much, but they do technically pay. Okay, so now what did I do wrong? Is the question. So the formula. I mean, what could I possibly be doing wrong? Because here's the thing, the math isn't that difficult. You know? It's like... The only thing I could imagine... Let me rerun that really quick. Because it's not consistently that I'm underwater, because there are moments where I... Let me actually try that in the tunnel down there. Yeah, I think because I'm not consistently underwater. Because of the way the algorithm works. Wait, what? Pardon me? But then the formula shouldn't work. Because the formula works for if I'm not buoyant. The submerged flag is set in active, like in process if active. Is the player only active if they are... Oh. 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 Because I copied that code. And I forgot to remove it. In true programmer fashion. Yeah. Maybe I am. Today is not my day. Or maybe it is the perfect day, because this is hilarious. But wait, why did it say I was submerged then? Oh, that's more like it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Dear. Oh. Oh, definitely. I need more dummy text, yeah. I don't know if we can just steal Defender's dummy text, but you know. I mean, it's working, but I definitely should decrease the buoyancy now that I know it's working. Because the only reason the buoyancy was even that high to begin with was because I thought it wasn't working. It is working, very much so. That's honestly still pretty high, but, you know, I might actually just go with 7.5. That's still more than enough. Yeah. Now that I see how much that actually does. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. I do have to say the LERP does affect things quite a lot. Yeah, that's something we can also add later. What do you mean? What have I done so wrong that the label might not work? What I'm thinking is the LERP is great for in the air, but it might have some issues in the water. Because if you already jump in with a speed of, you know, 200 or 300 even, decelerating down might be a bit slow. Because we never reach the speed we should. But it doesn't, is the issue. I still don't reach the speed I should reach, because the speed I should reach, if my math is correct, is 225, I think? Now you're just making up words. What's a slurp? Do you know what you just made me say on stream? Fucking slurp. Okay. Spherical interpolation, apparently. I don't know if it was named after an Eric Slurp then, or if they just put an S at the beginning. But fine. I'll give you your fucking slurp. But did you know what I just said? If this... There's no such thing as a slurp. What else could we do to speed this up? In that case... one minus... Does this work? But... I see you typing as if there was a but. Then it's perfect. Because this entire fucking line is already incredibly over-engineered. So... It doesn't seem to actually work. Or if it works not particularly well. Um... I mean, yes, but I can't just multiply it with, like I can't just add delta. Because that would add even more if I, you know, wasn't. I'll have to make 2 lines for this, don't I? I mean... Oh, right. Duh. Uh... This is incredibly over-engineered. Also, I probably... yeah. Yeah, I'm very much misspelled it. Are you sure that I have to increase it? No, it works. Just not fast enough, but... Let's just make it something absurd. This can't go wrong, right? I see. So... yeah, that seems okay. Maybe 20, yeah, maybe 20. If we still need to increase it. Yeah, that seems fine. caps out at around 230, which is a bit more, but it's fine. Why does he sometimes slide and sometimes doesn't? As in, sometimes he slows down for sliding and sometimes he doesn't. I mean... yes... But I mean, this works now. Either way. I still need to fix some stuff, but I think that was good for today. It's already somewhat late, so I should probably take a break. Or not take a break, call it for today. But yeah, time really flew. But we got some good stuff done. Not what I expected we would get done today, but something that we had to get done at some point anyway, so I'm not complaining. Yeah. Again, I need to redesign the opening stage to actually, you know, make more use of the full level verticality, starting us more at the bottom in the sewer system. So yeah, I'll also have to work with Select to flesh out this system a bit more. I don't know if I'm going to stream on Friday, since we're going to do something on Sunday, I think. I hope. If nothing goes wrong. So yeah, thank you all for coming to stream. This Sunday, it's my birthday, first of all. And Silix too. But secondly, me, Fringe, Zacharias, and Vixen Glitch, so Elena, are going to run another attempt at the Randomania. We have done a lot of optimization, so it hopefully should go a lot faster. So maybe we are going to finish this time. I mean, all of us. Maybe not even 6 hours, 8 hours. What was it? I think it was actually 8 hours time. I am low-key curious now. Yep, 7 hours, 15 minutes. Admittedly with, you know, tech issues. Which we have fixed. Me and Zacharias have sat down. We probably have fixed it. Yeah. So this is going to go a lot smoother this time. We also improved a lot of the settings to make the overall randomizers more smoothly, like run more smoothly, so we don't get stuck at odd places. So yeah, you all can be excited for that. And while we prepare for that, I still need to do the drawing I wanted, like the pixel art I wanted to do. I need to finish that. But yeah, until then, if I'm not going to go live, we'll see each other then. But until then, thank you all for coming to stream. This has been fun. This was also very, you know, a lot of progress. A lot of strategizing about what I want to do next as well. So yeah. Let's find someone to raid. Will on extra credits is actually doing the new remake I talked about earlier, the Risk of Rain remake. So that might be interesting to watch. See how it plays. So yeah, let's do that. Thank you all for coming to stream. It has been fun. Like, it's just I'm getting into a flow now, where even if I don't know what I want to do, I'm getting better at finding things I need to do. And I'm especially not being afraid, more or less, of doing code. I'm still dumb. Like, I'm not a good programmer, still I guess, but I'm getting better at it, and I'm just getting a better feel for it as well. So yeah, this has been fun. And it's amazing to see the progress. Thank you. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Oh, raid message. Raid message is we don't have a raid message. Or with any other raid emote you want. So yeah, thank you all for coming, and I'll see you next time. Bye!